give insight on how long I've been a Christian and how long I've been knowing about Christ or pursuing Christ. So my pursuits of Christ are not just 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011. So I started off in private Christian school, preschool. So I remember being in preschool. I remember I got hit on the hand for something. My brother and I were called into the preschool area, and we both got in trouble for something. But even after that, so preschool, I didn't go to private Christian elementary school. So elementary school, I went to public school, but I've been going to church. My dad is a pastor, but before he was a pastor, he was in the choir. He was my mom as well, both very active in church. They've brought me volunteering. They've brought me to different places to volunteer to be active in the church. I've been in vacation Bible school, and this is when I was in middle school, elementary school. So in Washington here, I went to a private Christian homeschooling. So it was called Zion Academy, and that was for my freshman year. And so I've all throughout these years before middle school, before my freshman year at a private homeschool, I've been active in church. I've been to just volunteering at Vacation Bible School, or I've been in Vacation Bible School. And then for all of high school, I went to a private Christian high school. So I've been in church there. We would be required to go to Christian like services. If you're not a Christian, I put it that way, but it's like chapel, and I've been to that. And then college, I did not go to private Christian college. I wanted to. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to go to one, but it just didn't work out for. My dad is in the Navy, was in the Navy. He's retired now, but the way that it was set up is that I can only have my college paid for going to a public school that was in Washington. It was just set up that way. So I tried going to public college, but I just did not like it. I just did not like. I still don't really like it. I'm still thinking about public college, but it's just not for me. It's just I like the Christian atmosphere, and so I struggled going to public college, being around people who just don't care for the way of God. They don't care about how Christians interact or how we carry ourselves. They are just different types of people. I had a good friend there who is not a Christian, but he is of a different religion. And we became pretty good friends, but we've grown apart. Since then, he just sent me a message on Instagram saying, just about my daughter who was born. But other than that, most of the friends that I try to carry with me are going to be Christian or going to have some sort of strong faith influence and be working towards their faith. From there, I'm now going towards a Christian college and trying to get more into ministry. I volunteered. Just in 2019, I was a volunteer for Youth for Christ, helping middle schoolers and some high schoolers, a few, probably like 3 or 4 high schoolers. But I've been in doing that. I did that for about a year, I would say, and that was very insightful. The middle school group is a little bit rowdy. they're just like, they like to have fun. They're full of energy, and so sometimes sitting down and having a Bible study is not always something that we can do. But now I've run into challenges. I've had my own challenges that I don't really like to talk about, but I've had just as many challenges as the next person, and maybe even more. But I've worked through that. I've been working through those things, and I look forward to just being involved in ministry. This YouTube is a ministry. I like reaching out to people on YouTube and helping them just with my own life. I like to keep YouTube a little bit more real. So I post videos sometimes of just, it's not scripted, or it's not a set message or anything like that. And so I like to just keep both sides of the video. I do have scripted videos on here. I do have more edited videos to reach those group of people. And my goals. So my goals, I've always been into business. I like the idea of owning my own business. That's been something that I look forward to. And I do have an online blog. Please check that out if you'd like. You can see the link in the description. But sometimes I try to keep ministry separate from business, but I do, because of what Jesus was saying about, his house is supposed to be a house of prayer, but they turned it into a den of thieves, or they've turned it to a marketplace. And sometimes that Bible verse sticks out to me because, they're separate, keeping, not trying to reach people through money or through having things that they want, but reaching people. And so sometimes, when I make videos, it's not always the most attractive video, because I know how to make attractive videos, but I also like to reach people who, there's some great videos who have actually a lot more subscribers than me that, their videos are just them holding up their phone and they're recording, and they have like, hundreds of subscribers. And so I've, tried to just reach people through that type of way as well. And other than that, I definitely, look forward to just opening up more ministry avenues. My goal is to definitely have my own business, but have a ministry as well that is separate of the business side of things. But of course, sometimes those collide, and that Bible verse maybe isn't taken so literally. But I wouldn't necessarily describe myself as a preacher, or I make these videos for my own self, but also to share the gospel just with my life. I post live streams sometimes of just me in my room, just relaxing, to show that, I'm not really, to kind of give insight into the things that I do day to day. Sometimes we only see a little bit of 15-20 minute video of people on YouTube, and sometimes I personally want to see sometimes more of some people's lives. And I think live streaming, you can see, I don't know if you watch all of them, but some of them are long. They're like 2 hours, 3 hours, and it's just me in my room. You can see that either I'm just relaxing, or I'm just on my computer, or it's not very, I would say, exciting. But other than that, you can check out my blog. I like doing little blogs. I like video blogging more than just typing. I think it's a little bit more comfortable to do. I let you into just kind of things that I'm up to, and I have a few business things on that blog, so that blog isn't just full ministry, because that verse that Jesus is talking about, it's more about turning a church, a place of worship, into a marketplace, and kind of mixing those things. So not necessarily talking about like online ministry or ministry away from a church building. And so one thing I want to do, and feel free to do this is to create a place where people can have church, real like on Sunday, but any day of the week, almost like going to a gym. And I want to do that. That's the type of church. I want to call it Everyday Jesus. And I want to open up it can be not a big place. It doesn't have to be something super elaborate, but I want to create a place where you can have church every day, because there's that rumor out there that, we have to wait until Sunday to go to church, because some people like myself like going to church and being around other Christians, and sometimes during the week, like today is Monday, you don't really see other Christians except those that are in your close circle. And I like, sometimes like the gym, like going to a gym, you might work out at home, but you can go to a place where you have other people that work out, and it's just kind of like a meeting area, and I want to do that. And so those are some of my ministry goals. This is a little bit of a kind of a biography, a little bit of videography of just my ministry experience. So there's a little bit more, I have a little bit more ministry experience than what I mentioned on this video, just because I maybe haven't mentioned it because of just memory, or just, it's a lot to talk about. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you have discovered in your own ministry, or when you started believing in Jesus. So I would say I started really, I've been around Christian atmospheres all my life, but I really started pursuing Christ in my free time, as I think a good way to put it, pursuing Christ when I don't necessarily have to. I would say in my adult years. So after I turned around 20 or 21 or 22, that's when I started to really pursue reading the Bible when I didn't need to, or pursuing Christ when I didn't really need to. I needed to, in a way. It's good to get help. I need help from Jesus so much. I need to just have him in my life. But when I could have, gone to a self-help book, which I still do go to the self-help book, but you get what I'm saying. It's just like not really having to say that I'm a Christian. I could have gone a different way. And I think at times, of course, that I've tried to, definitely see what like a self-help book would say in a certain situation. But I'm glad that Jesus brings me back to him. And, I still get to really authenticate my faith, the Bible says that sometimes we go through things to see how genuine our faith is. And so that has happened to me. I've experienced things where, I'm like, what is going on in my life? Like, this is crazy, And I'm in one of those situations now a little bit, and, I've experienced that in the past where, it's like, okay, I'm reading the Bible, but where is my comfort, or where is my help? And, we all know that the help comes from the Lord, but there's times where, you're in situations where if you have all your kind of chips in Christianity, so to speak, and sometimes you expect to get a big return, and you don't see that return right away, sometimes you get so kind of like, frustrated, not necessarily at the Lord. I think our frustration is not really with the Lord, but with kind of the process of how things go and how things work. And so, this is not a scripted video, but I hope this is helpful to someone who's looking to just kind of insight on how their journey with Christ is going, and if they have some similarities or some differences, just don't give up. I've grown a lot in my own personal. I didn't ever really used to talk about Christ before I started posting videos on YouTube. I didn't really do that. I used to just sit in church and I'd clap when others clap, or you know, there's a moment where you come to having your own faith, and I love that. You know, I love having my own kind of personal pursuit of Christ instead of just, you know, listening to others. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you got something from it, and you will see me on the next video. See ya.